Hey there, everyone. How are we doing? I tried to do something different with my phone. Tried to turn it sideways so that I could have a different outcome on the video. But you know what? It didn't work. It won't let me record live while my phone is not rotated. Or is rotated, rather, and not actually upright. So yeah, I tried. But there we are. It's okay. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome to Psychic Saturday Night Live. Yeah. What is this, the 13th of December already? Good gravy. Whipping by. And this whole year is almost over. You know, and as we kind of round up the year of the snake, a lot of stuff is, you know, in the finishing process of shedding skin. So stuff's still coming up for people, even these last couple of weeks left. Definitely. And you know what? It's okay. It's okay. It's perfectly okay. You know why? Because, hey, I see you there. Because that's the last of the energy that you need. And it's not actually over. Like the Gregorian calendar is going to tell you that once you flip the page, it's a brand new year. And all of a sudden, all the energy just complies with that. That's just not how it goes. It's been my experience paying attention to all of this as a psychic for pretty much my whole life, especially we'll say the last 30 years anyway. Let's give me that part. It doesn't work that way. You have last year's energy right up until the equinox in March. So it's okay. Don't push yourself. Don't beat yourself up. Don't, you know what I'm talking about. Don't make yourself, crazy trying to clean up all this stuff and get ready for a brand new year that you are, anticipating in a brand new way, but yet, not really ready for it just yet. It's okay. This has been one heck of a wonky year. Totally wonky year. And, that's what happens in 9 years. All kinds of stuff just kind of happens in order to really finalize the energies and kind of move into that next space of the one, even though we don't necessarily have to, abide by the calendar numbers. The calendar numbers do matter because they serve the collective, and everybody's thoughts go into those numbers, those dates, those words, those whatever on the calendar and in our experience, and they make stuff, they make stuff valid. So speaking of which, we just came through yesterday, which would have been a technically 12/12 portal. And when you follow the calendar, in that way, we have created a thought form or an experience energetically geared towards the portals that resonate with the alignment of the numbers of each month, if you follow me. So, we have the 1/1s, the 2/2s, the 3/3 portals, like all of them. Every month there's a new one, right? And that's because we as a collective have actually created these opportunities for ourselves. They're not based on natural cycles. Like none of them are based on natural cycles. So just know that no matter what, this is a collective agreement that we have all, bought into and we can work with and benefit from. So there's nothing wrong with it being out there. It's just know how to use it for yourself and know how to work the energy for yourself, which is the most important part. So yeah, the 12/12 portal, in essence, it brings about a transition experience for all of us. There's a beautiful alignment of opportunity energies that come together. The 12 energy in and of itself becomes a 3, which is again always about completion, but also and unity, but also opportunity, right? And so as we move into this opportunity alignment, we have an opportunity to clear out all the last of this year of the snake stuff. And a lot of people are experiencing all kinds of stuff. So welcome, welcome, welcome. It is the 13th of December. Thank you so much for joining me this evening on Psychic Saturday Night Live, which originally, as I was trying to, I was mentioning to somebody the other day, originally started out to be, a forum where I invited a bunch of my psychic friends on here and we were able to do this, that, and the other thing. And it did not seem to work out that way. And as it happens, it wasn't even able to turn out to be a Psychic Saturday Night Live. So really, aside from changing the name, you're stuck with me talking about stuff, energy-wise, calendar stuff, all the stuff that matters to us, doing some cards, and hopefully enlightening people along the way, but mostly, most important, sharing light, time, and a little bit of laughter, a whole lot of love with us each and everyone. So thank you so much for joining me. I know a lot of people have much better things to be doing at this close to the festivities and holidays on a Saturday evening, but here you are with me, and so thank you so much for joining me. Yeah. Okay, a little bit of housekeeping before we get to the cards, but tonight I want to tell you we have the tarot as we always do, the brick that we always do, and tonight we're going to work with a deck. Close and personal there. Work with a deck that is actually done by the same guy as last week's Modern Merlin. These are activation cards. This is all sacred. It's fractal, but it's sacred geometry. It's amazing energy. The Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle by Lon, which is just such a high vibration. And it really does speak to the soul stuff. Now, if you haven't noticed the last little while, the cards have really all been all about the soul, who we are, knowing ourselves and resonating with those things about us that we need to be aware of and acknowledging and honoring and embodying every single day. So, Lon, the Sacred Geometry Activations Oracle, is our bonus deck tonight. So, okay, a little bit of housekeeping, as I always have to do, because my business guide, Merlin, who has been my business guide and my personal guide for 13 years now, the voice in my head that helps me move into new places and higher spaces altogether, and grow, definitely grow, pushed me way beyond my comfort zone in many, many occasions. But I'm so thankful and grateful. Never, ever, ever has it gone south. It's never turned out, in a bad way for me. So I'm so grateful for the guidance and the wonderful opportunity to work with such an amazing high vibrational guide. So that brings me to the first order of business, which, as he liked to point out, I don't know what he was thinking. I don't question anything. I just do what the voice tells me to do, and I trust him implicitly. So he's putting Magic and Miracles on for an absolutely outrageous price. He's taking 2025 right off the top. Like, I don't even know where that's coming from. But anyway, this is a 12-week program that takes you on a journey of self-discovery like you've never had before, especially if you're new to the spiritual path or new to your own awareness, all of those things. This is a really remarkable opportunity to get to know who you are and get to work with energies that are available for us to work with, engage with, and be guided by in a strongly high vibrational way. So Merlin's whole intention is to take people through alchemy that elevates you in vibration and frequency. So Magic and Miracles with Merlin is our signature program. It came out 13 years ago. We launched it. And we have had so very many people take this incredible program and never come out, the same as they went in. We have a disclaimer that comes with this program in particular, as we do generally with most of Merlin's work. But that is that these are not courses that you do. These are courses that do you. And so if you're ready for some incredible self-exploration and some amazing divine alchemy transformation, check out Magic and Miracles with Merlin, because at this price, you've got 12 weeks of one-to-one calls with me for half an hour every single week to bring up anything and everything you want to talk about that either comes through the program or from the course itself, whatever, or just your own life. It doesn't really matter. You just have access to me. And that is right away, way worth just the price alone, for heaven's sakes. But you have this incredibly powerful program that he has been working magic through people for 13 years now. I can't even tell you. And some of the most incredible stories. So go on my website if you want to check some testimonials out about that. But I can tell you, at this price, it's a steal. And you've really got to try it, because Merlin works magic like nobody's business, because that's his business. Anyway, okay. So his other deal right now is that we have a couple of different programs on, because of course this is a really important time for us all to recognize that we are not necessarily just about here. We have come from other places. We have connections to other spaces, other realms, universes, galaxies, you name it, planets, solar systems, whatever they are, and that's the point, is we have to recognize that we're just not from just here. So 2 ways for you to do that. We have Cosmic Connections, which actually is another 12-week program that takes you into incredible places where you meet with all kinds of different connections that you have, your star family, your star nations, your soul family, like all these different connections you have to otherworldly and off-planetary experiences. The other one is the Intergalactic Federation Council series. This particular series is another 12-weeker, but this actually introduces you to the amazing beings who are part of the Intergalactic Federation, and they take you on some amazing trips and connect you to them in ways to show you your extraordinary, experience, or your extraordinary elements that you are, right? The extraordinary being that you are. So if you're interested in exploring all of that stuff, Star Nations and all of those really, really cool things, these two programs are on for 25% off. So they're both on my website. You can go to brendafine.com and check them out. And if you're interested, please PM me so I can send you the actual appropriate link so that you can actually get that 25% off. Another thing we have to talk about, we got lots on the go here. The Sovereignty Trifecta. We have come out with the with the body module of the Sovereignty Trifecta. The Sovereignty Trifecta is the mind, body, and soul emancipation experience. This is an incredible series, 3 modules that is designed to help you become aware and basically facilitate your own liberation from all of the stuff that's enslaved us here. And there's 3 parts to it. You were enslaved by mind, you were enslaved in body, and you were enslaved by soul, with your soul. And all of those things, those 3 factors actually contribute to the whole reincarnation cycle and all of that other stuff. So when you learn them, you're then, you're in the know, and you don't fall for the same old things that you used to fall for in the same old ways. And so you become a sovereign being, a truly sovereign being. You are liberated in mind, body, and soul. And that means that they can't touch it anymore. They can't just keep looping your soul back into this experience to do what it's been doing for all these times. This is a totally different deal. It's the basics. It's like the very minimum you need to know in order for you to begin an exploration of your own. If you want to really know what's going on, though, you need to check out my Know Thyself program. This is coming to a close in its opportunity for people to come in. I've only got a couple spaces left, and I can tell you when the solstice hits and this container closes, it's the whole year, it's going to be an incredibly sacred journey of alchemy like you've never experienced before. I have to tell you, this particular program is going to do for people in 1 year what signing up for mystery schools will take them years to accomplish. Anytime you sign up with some sort of a society or a mystery school of any sort, they're going to lead you through initiations. They're going to take you on a years long journey of, getting to know who you are. This Know Thyself, I'm going to crash course you in a whole year. And by the time you're done this program, you'll know everything you need to know when the time comes so that you can actually get the heck off this planet and come back with a pure design and awareness of who you truly are. Not the wiped clean memory that brings you back to working out crap from lifetime after lifetime. So if you're really interested in making that commitment to yourself, your soul, and your source, connect with me, because the Know Thyself that window is closing. And once it closes, that whole year is going to be all about the alchemy, all about this incredible, amazing initiatory experience that you're not going to find anywhere else. Like, you will not find this particular kind of work for yourself anywhere else. Nobody else is doing this crash course. They want you to work through years and years and years of information. And for what? Why? Graduated, levels of learning? So, hey, thank you so much for joining me here tonight. Check out the Know Thyself. If you're interested in making this commitment to yourself, let me know, because again, time is limited. And once that window closes, it's closed for a whole year. Like, I cannot let anybody in, and I'm not overlapping these programs. This one runs from winter solstice to winter solstice. And there's a reason for that too. According to Merlin, this is his deal. And he says, basically, it's because it's all about the light. It's all about the light. Recognizing the light, growing of the light, the dimming of the light, and the reclaiming of the light, which is exactly what we're here to do. It's kind of what we're supposed to move through. So, check that out too. So the the sovereignty trifecta, that body module is Resurrection, it's called. Watch your emails, or if you're interested, check out my feed. You'll find stuff there. It's Reclaiming the Straw Man. Again, this is the second part of a 3-part series. Check it out, though. It's really, really worth it. There's the basics. It's nothing overwhelming. And believe me, that's why it's taken me so long to bring it out, because I had to really condense this information and make it, very non-overwhelming, because there's just so much to this stuff. All right, next we have readings are on sale again, still whatever until the end of the month. We're taking $12 off because it's the 12th month and final time. $12 off the top of the price of readings, so that puts you at $163. Nothing wrong with that. The year forecast, we're starting those now. If you're interested, that year forecast is really, really cool. It ran every single month for the whole next year, right? It tells you what's going to happen basically every single month, each month as it comes along. People that had them last year, awesome stuff was going on. And every one of them, I'm sure, can, look back and go, yep, that's exactly how it played out, because we really, really, we saw it. We knew it was coming, and the cards never lie. Clearings. Oh, those, by the way, are, they're also on for $25 off. Okay. Clearings are still on sale, by the way, because a lot of people messaged me after the window closed on the 10th and said, like, hey, are you still offering that particular offer? And yes, I am. I am, because you know what? Oh my God, people are still experiencing all kinds of stuff, like just ridiculous energy stuff that makes you think that, maybe retrogrades are way more than we think they're, or maybe there's more going on than we actually know. Right now, there's only 2 planets in retrograde, which is kind of strange, because this is the kind of shit we see for entertainment purposes only, on a higher scale, when we've had like 4, 5, and 6 planets in retrograde. We only have 2 right now. It's very strange, but the power, the influence of them is really impactful. And of course, we're kind of caught in between the moon phases too, which also can sort of provide a little bit of a wobble here and there. Oh, on top of it all, you have this emotional stuff of all of the festivities that are happening with all of these religions that, coincide with this particular time of year. And why do you think that is? Anyhow, just saying. Okay. Know thyself. Again, couple spaces left. If you're interested in really making that commitment to yourself, this is not for people who are not interested in dedicating to themselves. Okay. Like, this is a journey like no other journey you're ever going to have. And I can tell you honestly, once you've taken this journey, you don't really need to take anything else. You can explore the stuff that you might want to explore, just for, as they say, just for oops and giggles, but you'll have learned everything you're supposed to remember in this particular program. So it's certainly well worth your time and at least consideration to offer that to yourself. Let's face it, when it all comes down to the end of the day, you want to know what it is you're headed for. And I forever trying to teach people that, where we are and what's happening here, it's not what you think. And we have to be aware of that, because otherwise we're going to get caught up in a big old Ferris wheel cycle of looping experiences that continue us on this reincarnation crap. And we don't need to be there. The idea is to come here, rescue this planet. And the reason for it is because it's trapped in this looping thing. We have to come out of that. And the only way for us to really do it is to learn what happened, how to get yourself out of it, and then come back and save those who are still here trapped in it. So, know thyself. That's what we're here to do. Because you've been taught you're not you. And that you're everything but all the stuff that you are in the most amazingly divine way. It's been about, not trusting yourself, not recognizing your worth, not knowing your worth, right? Like, and all of those things, and thinking you're just a menial little peasant, slave, whatever. You are not that. And the reason it's kind of like, anyway, we won't go there. I'm talking about, people. Remember your divine magnificence, because it's in that awareness and that knowing that's the truth that sets you free. It's not just knowing what the hell has gone on here and what they're doing and all that other crap that's going on. It's not just about that. Yeah, that helps. It helps to know just how much has been infiltrated, how much has been permeated with the inversion stuff. That just goes to prove to you where you are and what's going down. But ultimately, all that's distraction to keep you from exploring inside who you really are and what you're capable of. And the faster we learn that and remember all of that, the faster this game is done. All right. So remember, sacred geometry activations after the cards. All right. So let's do what we always do. Welcome to everybody for joining me. Thank you for joining me here tonight. And Knight of Pentacles and the Queen of Swords. Knight of Pentacles is all about, relying on spirit, being able to depend on those things that are, coming at you from a physical space, from a grounded place even, and being able to keep yourself grounded in those moments that sometimes seem a little bit unstable. The Queen of Swords says that's how you do it, is to maintain your sovereignty in the mental space, and to make sure that you're in the right space with your thoughts and keeping yourself in, not just alignment with your goals and your focus, but in the highest vibrations. And look, I kept it up this time. So, okay, here's our emotional scale. I don't know if you guys can see this or not. Look, I'm going to try and move this here for you. Look at this. I know everything's backwards. You don't have to tell me. It's all good. Look, but you see that? 0 point. 0 point. And if we can stay above 0 point, we're doing way better, right? We're actually getting somewhere. Look at those things. Acceptance, willingness, optimism, trust, neutrality. It's very important for us to keep ourselves aware of this particular chart. Self-awareness is everything. I'm talking a lot about that with my hubby today. Are you thinking your thoughts or are your thoughts thinking you? This is a vehicle. And if your thoughts are running the show for you, then you're probably sitting in the back seat, letting that happen. But if you decide that you're going to take command of the vehicle that you are, and grab a hold of the steering wheel, start directing those thoughts, don't allow those thoughts that don't feel good to dominate, because that's road rage waiting to happen. Bring yourself to a place, because you have the power of being in command of the car, knowing the responsibility you have of driving that vehicle and making sure that you're doing it in a safe and positive, right, way, conscious, aware way. It's kind of simple. It's not easy by any means. Holy crap, it's not easy. There's so much out there constantly coming at us all the time. It's not easy. But that's what defensive driving is really all about. They teach you to watch for those things that could come at you and to be prepared for them. It's no different than your thoughts. Think about that. Are you thinking your thoughts or are your thoughts thinking you? So who's driving your vehicle? Some people talk about it like Abraham will teach you about the train, Your thoughts are like a train. Sometimes you want to literally switch tracks. Sometimes you've got to derail the train completely. Sometimes, right? Because that's just a train wreck waiting to happen anyway. Sometimes. But that's the whole point. To being sovereign. Being in an authority place of our own command, right? We're the ones who are supposed to govern ourselves. Which reminds me, I'd like to tell you a little tidbit here. We look around at what's happening in the world. And I don't encourage anybody to watch the news. God help you. Please don't watch the news. Because all of that's not good stuff for entertainment purposes only. You have to say that shit nowadays. Anyway, don't watch the news. It's all paid and funded by the government. They are going to tell you what they want you to know. It's no different than being in certain other places of the world. Look at alternative stuff, right? Check it out. Be discerning with everything that you see, feel, read, and watch. All of those things. But there are ways for us to actually take action and do something about what the hell is happening here. Hey, bro. Totally. Everybody looks around and goes, oh, well, we're helpless. What the hell? We're powerless to the powers that were, because they're not in control anymore, and they know it. That's why it's such a shit show out here. But that's the point. We all think, well, we can't do anything. What are we supposed to do? We're one person. We're one person. No, there's a whole bunch of us right now that are most likely in agreement with the fact that we don't like what's going down right now. We don't like the plan that they've got, that they're working on. We don't like the agenda. We don't like that our freedoms are being taken away. Have you seen the bills that they're trying to pass? Like, this is insane stuff. It doesn't work out. And you know why? Because people like you and me discover through these kinds of venues that we do have power. There are ways for us to take back our power. Now, I'm going to tell you something right now that you all need to look at and be very honestly in consideration of. And I know it sounds crazy. It's going to sound kooky, but I'm telling you, bear with me. My friend Sheila McFarlane has something called the POG, Primer and Protocol. Now, I'll put the link in the description, but here's what I want you to know. This is the way for us to take back our power. You see, what happened was we were kind of sold out at a municipal level, because that's where the power of the people truly lies, because they know that the federal government really doesn't have the power they want you to believe that they have. Again, entertainment purposes only, just for shits and giggles. What if? What if? So what if you knew you could reclaim the power for the people at a municipal level? Here's what I want to encourage people to look at. Believe it or not, look at the mayor's seat. Look at your mayor's seat. Check out Sheila McFarlane. You can find her on Sheila, Shelaw, Hunter, on Facebook, okay? But if you go to her website and you download the POG Primer and the POG Protocol, the POG actually stands for Peace, Order, and Good Governance. That's what our government is supposed to be. Good governance, not government, not mind control. Good governance. There's a big difference. Check it out. Because you know what? If you get enough people who recognize the power in the POG and actually work through the primer and initiate the protocol, I'm going to tell you something. You can give back the power to the people. You can help everybody reclaim what was stolen from us all those years ago when they signed us up with this UN agenda shit. Just saying. There is a way. We are not powerless, and we're not by any means helpless here. The fact is that we just don't know it because they've conditioned us to believe that we are. And we don't go looking for these solutions. But these are very powerful, practical opportunities. So I'm offering you the opportunity. Check it out. Go look her up. Look up her stuff. I'm telling you, it's powerful. And it is a way. And if you look around, by the way, right now, at what's going on with the mayoral seats in all kinds of places, not just here in Canada, but the states, throughout all kinds of states, there's a movement happening. There's a movement happening. And there's power there. That's why the movement's happening. Because they know that's where the power lies. And there's all kinds of people heading into the mayoral seats, into the municipal governments. Why? Because they know that's how you get to where you want to be. That's where the power lies. So think about it, folks. Check it out. Sheila Hunter on Facebook. I'll put the link in. You'll find her website and go download it. It's free. She gives it to everybody for free because she wants everybody to know it. She's an incredible woman. A really remarkable woman. Brave, courageous, informed. Incredibly informed. She knows where it's at. And she has a solution that is practical and workable for anybody, by the way. Spirit says, rely on us. We'll help you move through stuff. We'll take care of things in a practical, grounded, and material way. Two of Cups talks about romance. Let Spirit talk to you. Let Spirit work with you because they're here paying attention to us. I talked last week, I think it was, about the veil being very little. If there's anything at all, it's extremely, it's transparent completely. You can see right through it. There's nothing there. It's like a shower curtain, really. You can see through it. They're right there. Everybody needs to know that. There's a reason for it so that we know that we're not in this alone. We're here for a greater, bigger purpose, for a greater reason and a wholly higher outcome, truly higher outcome. So that's what they're here for. That's what they're letting us know as we move through and navigate these times. So the Two of Cups now ends up on this side, which isn't usually the case, right? We usually end up with the third time as the same card. But this time the Emperor comes up to let us know that we've got this. Spirit's letting us know that they're with us. See that? They're right behind us. And even though we might feel like we're bound and maybe even gagged, she's not gagged, but she's definitely bound and stuck on this island, you know, and feeling no support or anyone around her. It's not the case, because we are actually all in a place of power. This is a true sovereignty card. The Emperor speaks to our, you know, our own individual divine power, right? The sovereignty that we hold. We came in as a birthright, The world in his left hand, the power to rule, and to the power that he wields in his right, the beautiful divine guidance of the golden eagle on his shoulder, and knowing that he sits in a place of sovereignty because he's on a throne. He's earned that, you know, he's working that, and we should be too, right? We can be too. Try not to use the word should. Kind of implies that there's a negative aspect to it. So anyway, here we go, folks. Pulling 3 cards. Thank you all for joining me here tonight. December 13th. Who'd have thunk it would fly so fast? Okay. So much is going on. Next week is solstice, for goodness sake. All right. 1. Fine. 2, 3. All right. I just doing the voices, tell me. Oh, that's why. Oh, cool. Okay. 9 of Pentacles comes in the mental space. 9 of Pentacles is all about what? Counting blessings. Counting your blessings. Listen, gratitude. Again, I'm going to talk to you about gratitude because you have to understand the power of gratitude. Especially here. Okay? Especially here. It's not listed here, but I'm going to tell you, gratitude sits somewhere in here because it's a shifter. It takes you from where you were to where you want to go. And sometimes you can't feel grateful about a situation you're dealing with. You can't find anything to feel good about it in any way, and that's okay. Shift your focus to something you can feel gratitude about or grateful for or thankful about. If it is completely unrelated to that which you're having a trouble with, and know that that in and of itself can literally move your vibration, can shift your energy from one space to another. It's a tipping point. It's very important for people to recognize that, because gratitude is simple, easy, effective, and free. Free. Everybody can find it, do it, and, you know, work with it. It's a beautiful thing. So shift yourself from one place to another. That's the beauty of gratitude. When you've moved it from, you know, where you were, you're thankful that you're not there anymore, to where you want to be, and grateful that you are there now, move into the appreciation part, which is this card. Count your blessings. Look at this, and this. You're not conceited. You're not vain. You're not arrogant. You're just thankful, right? You're appreciating all that you have. You start shoving that shit in people's faces, that's when you're getting a little bit over the top, and that's when you start dropping in vibration again. Just saying, right? That's about gloating and bragging and arrogance, and that's not what we're talking about here. We're talking about true appreciation for where you are, counting the blessings in your life. And there's lots for us to count our blessings about. Like I've said so many times before, if you're watching me on a laptop, a computer, a phone, whatever, the fact that you're even watching me says that at this point where you are, you're doing a lot better than a lot of other people are. A lot of other people are. We can be grateful for that. If at the very least we can be grateful for that. Maybe some stuff's going on. I know myself, we've had a bit of a trying week. Interesting energies going on and all kinds of stuff coming to the surface. Why? Because it's the year end, technically, by the calendar. And so stuff's got to come to a finalization, right? And that's especially evident in the 9 year. Especially if you're a 9 energy. Gosh, I will tell you, you will find it is incredibly intense if you are a 9 energy. So anybody whose age adds up to the number 9 is going to be feeling it, because this year is a 9 energy. It's all about closures, endings, finalizations, tying up loose ends, and, you know, finishing up the details. Be grateful. The year of the snake provided a lot of transformation, a lot of transmutation. Stuff came up for people that just needed to be taken care of and dealt with, whether you liked it or you didn't. You were forced to deal with it. That's the best part. The gratitude that you can hold at this moment is that you came through it, you made it through, and even if you faced a bunch of crap that you didn't really want to, you're here tonight, you made it through, and you have a better year to look forward to. Because next year is all about brand new stuff, great new things. And if we can keep our vibrations in the right space, we're going to find ourselves initiating in some of the most amazing transformative energies, which is exactly what we're looking for. We have to keep our focus in the right spaces. So 9 of Pentacles is all about that. 9, again, the 9 energy, right? Bringing us to this physical space, this beautiful place that is our physicality, right? The 9, once again, another 9. That's why they said pick that one and not the other one, because this is all about where we are in the grounded, earthly material world, where we feel fulfillment. These 2 cards are a beautiful pair of appreciative cards, appreciation energy, everything about gratitude. This is Cupid and Psyche. It's the marriage of the mind and the heart. But this is their finally coming together. And if you watched in the shuffle, the 2 of Cups, well, that was Psyche. She was stranded here on that little island, and Cupid was with her, but she didn't really know it. She didn't know it. She could kind of maybe feel it a little bit. She wasn't really balanced in the awareness of it all. But here, she feels good. And Mama Aphrodite over here, who is Cupid's mom, the goddess of love, Venus, she's offering a beautiful blessing for this union of mind and body. When we are in a place of gratitude and thankfulness, we feel good, we feel better. And we can bring together the mind and the body in a place and in a space that is fulfillment. You feel good. You can even feel it maybe in your solar plexus. You might feel those, those tummy flutters every once in a while, especially at this time of year. People feel that a lot. What you're feeling is alignment with an energetic experience that is beautifully resonant of love, our divine nature. When that happens, we're tapped right in, totally tapped in. So this is a beautiful card. Excuse me, a beautiful card of fulfillment, lots of fulfillment. And what does Spirit want us to know about all of that? Go inside, especially this time of year. Take time for yourselves. Go inside. It gets crazy. It gets hectic. Talk to Spirit on the inside. Yeah, I know. The Grim Reaper. He's not. He's the Hermit. He goes inside and helps you explore yourself. He's the perfect know thyself mascot. He's the one who says, who really are you? Who are you on the inside? Just like we did last week. Close your eyes, take a deep breath, say a word on the inside. Who is that? Who's speaking and who's listening? And how come it's only you that can hear it all, say it all? Experience it that way. What's that about? Go inside, find out. That's the powerful being you are. That is source energy, by the way, living as you for a while. You are source. You are God. You are sovereign. And you are free. We all are. And we have to remember that. That is the key to knowing yourself. And the only way to do it is to go inside. Don't listen to the external stuff. Stop trusting everything outside of yourself. Stop letting them tell you what you're worth and what your value is, because they don't know stuff about you. They don't know nothing about you. And they're not acknowledging the divine being that you truly are. It's up to you. That's your sole responsibility. And I don't mean S-O-L-E either, although we could use that. I mean S-O-U-L. Sole responsibility. So let's have a see what the Can't Make This Shit Up card says. That'd be our brick for the night. Thank you all for joining me once again. Oh, look, I got a couple upside downers. I never have upside downers, hardly. Okay. Thanks again for joining me. We only have 2 left of these before the end of the year already? And then everybody's going to be talking about New Year's resolutions. Let me tell you. Don't make those. Pretty bossy. Always telling people what to do, what not to do. I advise, suggest, recommend, offer insight. You don't have to take it. You definitely don't have to take it. But if you do, you'll probably find yourself benefited by it. 54 cards, folks. You can't make this stuff up. How many times have I said this word today? I don't know, but if I had $1 for every one, I'd be happy tonight. I'd be sitting pretty. Okay, awareness. Awareness. Now, you see this? Look. See this? This, my friends, is what energy looks like when it leaves our body. We are light beings. And when energy leaves our body, all right, showing us here from the heart space and from that beautiful, power place as well. But technically, most of that comes out of our heads, by the way, into the field of energy and out, right? So that's why the codes work when you say them a number of times, because you're filling your field with the energies. If each one of those was a code, imagine how full your field would be of these beautiful little light codes, right? I mean, it's amazing. And what's that going to do? It's going to attract in everything you want. Why? Because they become these little beacons of light that your reticular activating system sends shooting out into the universe to magnetically attract back to it a thought just like it. So awareness is everything. And this is why I use these cards, because 18, 19, 20 years ago now, 20 years ago, oh my gosh, I couldn't get over the fact that this guy paints pictures that's how I see energy. That's how I see it all the time. And I'm like, oh my God, this guy paints what I see. How is that? That's what it looks like when people let go of thoughts. When people send out a worry thought from their head, it looks like a little tiny arrow, like a little Scud missile, right to whatever they're worried about. You think that's helping? Not at all. You want to help somebody who you're worried about? Let go of the worry, the fear that's attached to it, and send that which you really want to see them as. Send an image, a feeling, a vibration of that which you really want to see them as. Whether it's laughing, joyful, vibrant, healthy, whatever it is. Just don't send the image of what you're worried about, because that doesn't help them. They probably got a lot of that going on themselves already. They don't need your contribution. I can tell you that much. Energy matters. The thoughts we think matter. Every thought you think matters. Even the ones that don't really have a lot of, they all accumulate in your field. So awareness and awareness of that is absolutely imperative. I open my consciousness to my true self. I understand that I'm here to grow, to free myself from conflict, and to discover who I really am. You can't make this shit. Today I release illusion and the limitations of the material world in order to elevate my being towards the eternal light. I grow stronger and stronger as I explore the wonderful being that I am. You saw them, 54 cards. You can't make that shit up, folks. That's exactly what I've been talking about the whole damn time. Okay, here we go. Sacred geometry. Sacred geometry. And you know who else teaches you about knowing yourself? This guy. I know his eyes are really wild, right? They weren't really blue. That's his divinity coming through in a way that is about light, not anything other than that, right? Speaking of light, he's kind of light for what he really was. Just saying. See the perspectives we hold? What we contribute to the collective? There's a lot of people that believe that that's, a perfect image of Yeshua, the Christed one. And many who think that that's not quite a perfect image of the Christed one, and they have their own version. That's the beauty of being here as individuals. You want to keep everything in a way that is progressively, honoring of nature and the divine, the sacred design that is our experience here. So, just saying, that being said, it's all about the Christed one. And that's what I love about Know Thyself, because he actually tried to teach everybody that, he came here to break the system, right? Like he came here to literally crumble the system. That's why they took him out. For entertainment purposes only. That's why they took him out. Can't have that. The guy was a rebel. Him and his brothers, by the way. He wasn't the only one. There was a whole bunch of them. They were all rebels. Ripping up temples here, there, and everywhere. Starting their own stuff. And you want to pose a threat to the establishment like that, you're going to find yourself a target. So here we go. Sacred geometry, because that's what it's all about. We're all sacred geometry. Those codes that I talked about that are number codes technically can also relate to sacred geometry. The Merkaba, the vehicle I was talking about that you're running around in, the car you're driving, or at least your thoughts are driving, and sometimes you're sitting in the back seat with, that's actually a light vehicle. Just saying. Okay. Last shuffle, promise. Here we go. About lawn. Oh, it's a she. I beg your pardon. I forgot it was a she. Lovely, lovely lady. Sacred geometry. Very cool. Lawn. This lovely lady here. I was thinking of this. All right. How many, Merlin? How many, Merlin? Just one? Pick two. I'm supposed to pick two. So we'll pick two. One. Again with the first one. Two. All right. Fine. Have it your way. How many cards here? Like, how many cards here? I don't know how many cards here. You saw them. There's a ton of cards here. You know, I've been doing this stuff for a long, long time. Like 3 decades now. Never ceases to amaze me. Never ceases to make me chuckle. Never ceases to blow my mind how accurate this stuff is, truly. Look at this. Merkaba. Merkaba. Merkaba, the divine vehicle that you're rolling around this planet in. Figure. The frequency of Merkaba supports our ability to use our consciousness to traverse into other layers of reality and dimensions. It activates our access to our Akashic inheritance as well, merging the totality of our experiences into our present to serve our highest purpose. Isn't that something? Let's have a little boo. Number 32, which, by the way, is a 5. All about transformation. Gotta love that. The word Merkaba can be loosely translated as chariot, because it's your vehicle you're running around in. And actually, it's a really big component to the Know Thyself program, just in case anybody's interested. It refers to the human light body. I can't make this stuff up. The energy around all humans that is generated by the quantum parts of our DNA. Therefore, this field is quantum as well. It is in this field that we communicate with our consciousness and where our Akashic records are stored. So this is the biofield of energy that is 6 to 12 feet off your physical body that I call your closet. That's where I go rifling through when I read for people. It doesn't matter where you are. I can get in your closet, read all that energy. 6 to 12 feet off your physical body, which, by the way, that 6-foot radius, some might remember from the last few years. There's a reason for that. It's because they read the energy like I do. That's where it's all at. Okay. Very wild. The human Akasha can be described as the total history of everything that a human being has experienced on planet Earth, held as energy in the etheric field around the human being. How much is there? Okay. Ooh. I'm going to put the cards in. This time I haven't been doing it lately, but I'm going to put the cards in the definitions from the book because you're going to love this stuff. Real quick, I'm just going to read through this thing. This energy field has the geometric shape of a star tetrahedron, which consists of 2 equally sized... Let me show you. Not just in the picture. Let me show you. Hang on. There's a reason. I know. What's she up to this time? Because, like I said, it's part of the program. So, because everybody gets a crystal, this is a Merkaba. See that? Very cool. This is an amethyst. Chevron amethyst, actually. Merkaba. You see that? That's a tetrahedron. It's basically Star of David. 3D. Very cool. Very protective. And actually, if you work with the Maharic Shield, you'll use your Merkaba to actually create a beautiful pillar of light to keep yourself protected from forces that are not necessarily friendly. Okay, so here we go. The tetrahedron, which consists of 2 equally sized interlocking fields of tetrahedra, they are pyramids, with a common center. Through the counter-spinning of these fields while breathing in certain patterns, it's believed that we can change or move our perception of reality into other dimensions. It's why the Merkaba is believed to be the vehicle that allows us to travel through different times and dimensions. The upper tetrahedron of this activation refers to the masculine aspect, its fiery colors indicating power, presence, and direction. The light coming out of its corners refers to the capacity of direct energy and presence. The downward tetrahedron refers to the feminine aspect, deep, dark, and mysterious, with spirals that indicate the flowing nature of the feminine. When these two opposing forces come together in perfect union, the Merkaba activates its full potential. This process is outwardly expressed through our search and manifestations of a love relationship with another, and inwardly through the equally powerful love relationship with ourselves. Both hold the potential of supporting our eternal, infinite capacity to create our reality according to our consciousness. The arrowhead pattern refers to our ancient past as well as our alien and off-planet connection to other realities. I did not pick this up. I'm serious. The water in the background indicates the emotional realm, the guidance system that helps us to navigate through the world of energies in relation to our physical bodies. The green and turquoise indicate our heart-based truth. It's your throat chakra and your heart chakra. The green and turquoise, and the surrounding square represents the physical world in which our reality is based. I'm going to put this in here because there's a little try this thingy, and I think y'all need to try this. I think it's really cool. So there, Merkaba. Make this shit up again, and look at this one again. Merlin is always working magic. Always working magic. Okay, 2 pyramids, exactly. So the frequency of magic supports our intrinsic ability to grow and expand beyond this moment, to move toward possibilities and expressions that are as grand and profound as we can imagine. All that is required is our belief in their manifestation. You know, because we've been taught that we are less than divine, and because we can't trust ourselves, we don't get to manifest the things we want to the way we want to. The way we're actually meant to, with a twitch of our nose. I just wanted to do that, but I can't do that because I'm not Samantha. But with a twitch of our nose, we are meant to literally bring into being anything and everything we want. But we can't at this current time because we have been snipped. We've been hobbled to believe that we are these divine beings. We are taught we are less than. Oh, you're just a measly little human. In fact, if you look up the word human in the Black's Law Dictionary, you'll find it actually means monster. That's the body module of the Sovereignty Trifecta to teach you all of that stuff, by the way, because you need to know that because they're using all that shit against us. Anyhow, let's have a look at magic, shall we? 31. The one before Merkaba, go figure. Oftentimes, what we consider to be magic is simply that which we cannot explain within the parameters of our own existing belief system or reality. If we haven't seen something before, or we were never taught that something could exist, then it must be magic if we clearly experience or observe it. You gotta watch the magicians on America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent, all of these talent shows. These are phenomenal, incredible acts of sheer manifested will. So strong that they actually permeate the audience so that everybody can see and know what's going on in the same frame of mind. Amazing. Defying elements, like amazing. Anyway, if we haven't seen, magic can be described as the explanation we give for something we perceive as real, even though science has not been able to prove or explain it yet, and our mind struggles to accept it. Throughout history, humans have had profound fascination with magic and a deep fear of it as well. Magic holds seemingly unseen and unknown possibilities that can be of immense value, yet our lack of understanding and control makes us fearful of it. They teach you it's not real anyway, right? It's all Harry Potter and Lord of the Rings stuff that can't possibly be real. But it's real. It's very real. That's what they're using against you. Why would they tell you it's real when that's what they're using against you? We assign great power to it, as described in countless fairy tales, myths, and legends in which magicians, sorcerers, witches, and wizards play significant roles. Perhaps our deep fascination with magic is our unconscious desire to alter our existing reality and expand beyond our current state to become a much grander expression of who we really are. Bigger, better, brighter version of you. Magic helps us to believe that anything is possible, even the things that seem impossible or make no sense. Magic is another word for manifestation. What is clear is that magic requires a deep and unwavering intent and conviction on the part of the magician. If he didn't believe his magic was true or her magic was real, it wouldn't work. It just wouldn't work. They absolutely know it into being, into truth, right? An uncertain and questionable abracadabra will simply not do. Do you know that word, by the way? Abracadabra is actually from the mystic traditions of Hebrew, and it actually means I create what I speak. I create what I speak. Abracadabra. Go figure. Changing our reality starts with a deeply rooted belief that we can. When we are deeply connected to ourselves and to Source, our presence is without doubt. Without doubt. You don't even look at the word and wonder why the hell there's a B in there. To ensure doubt. The solid connection is the secret power. Sorry, I can't help myself. It's the secret power of all great sorcerers and wizards who, based on their conviction, intention, and trust, are able to perform great magic. Purples, including indigo and violet, are a combination of red, the warmest color, and blue, the coolest. Purples are associated with the third eye chakra and the crown chakra, representing our psychic extrasensory abilities, as well as our mysterious connection to Source. It's why they've been associated with magic and mystery throughout history. The center of this activation represents our radiant core. Sorry, I didn't leave the card up for you. Our radiant core, which is strongly anchored in that Source and facilitates our ability to perform our magic with great power and energy. The transparencies represent the vague and elusive spiritual world in comparison to our solid and form-based physical world. See that? That is so wild. Look at that. It's actually changing color. Does anybody else notice that? Wow. Like, what? All right, that's wild. Must be magic. What do you know? Second part of this Know Thyself program is actually called Remember Who You Are, and its subtitle is Remember Your Magic. And remember, you're magic. You really are. We all are. Now, in the mind space, give thanks for all the blessings. Count them up. Count them up. It's okay. You're not bragging. You're being grateful and thankful for all that you have, all that you can appreciate, all you can appreciate in your world. For heaven's sakes, people, we have so very much to be thankful and grateful for, especially at this time of year. Now, I'm not a big fan of Christmas. I'm really not. But I got to tell you, I have so much to appreciate at this time of year. I'm not a fan of snow, and there's lots of it out there, but I can appreciate the beauty of what it looks like when it's fallen on these trees and they're heavily laden with it, and it's just incredible. That is amazing. That I can be grateful for. All right, come February, I probably won't be as grateful for it, but still, we have things to be simple things that we can be grateful for that really don't take a lot of effort to find. Just look around, count your blessings. And in the beautiful, material world where you are, move into appreciation. Gratitude will automatically allow you an elevated space of appreciation where you don't think about anything else, just what you are loving about your experience. Because love is all about that, right? It's about appreciating without fear what's going on. There's no place for those two places. There's no place for fear and love to be existing, at the same time when you're in a place of fulfillment and gratitude. Gotta love it. Okay, and who's going to help us with that? Spirit. Doing what? Helping us go inside. To take inventory. To be still. Just a few minutes a day of quiet time. Connects you to Source. Blocks out all the noise. And connects you to who you really are. Because underneath this meat suit, that some people don't prefer that term, fine. Underneath your skin and bones suit, fine. Underneath your physical vessel is an incredible Merkaba that has been through multiple, and I mean like incredibly multiple lifetimes because of the soul trap. But still, nonetheless, we keep coming back. We have power. And in order to recognize it, realize it, and embody it for ourselves, reclaim it for ourselves, you got to go inside. Know thyself. And find the awareness that is. So go inside. Look for all those little bubbles inside you. Open your consciousness to the true self that you are. Grow stronger and stronger. Explore the wonderful being that you are. I'm going to put these cards up this week because it's just two. Merkaba, magic, and the try this in there. Look at this. You see it? It's amazing. Just happen to have it. Just got them. Don't have any others. Of all my crystals, I don't have any others. Oh, I think I might have one in a necklace form from like many years ago. Okay. Like attracts like. That's my vibration. It's also your vibration, because when I open up to do these Psychic Saturday Night Lives, I ask for the highest to come through, always, for whatever everybody needs, what everybody wants, for themselves at the moment. Whatever this message is for everybody, it's mine, it's yours, it's all of ours. So yeah, thank you so much for driving your light vehicle into our space tonight and sharing time and light with me. I'm having a good time. Some laughs along the way. Okay, that's wild stuff. And keep an eye out, because I'm pretty sure I saw an orb. I'm not too sure how many, but this is not the first time this has happened. So when you watch it, if you happen to watch it again, check it out, because there might just be a couple of different orbs that came through here, because I know the card changed color. Well, looked that way to me. Anyway, namaste. Solstice next week. Oh my gosh. Enjoy these energies. We're all over the map, but stay grounded, stay hydrated, stay focused, and stay in a place of awareness for yourself. Gratitude, appreciation, and honoring of the incredible divine being that you are. You know what? We are coming. These are the last of these weeks that are just before the solstice, where the light is reborn. And these are the darkest times for us. Shine your light the brightest, because that's who you really are. That's who we all are. So namaste. The light in me honors and loves the light in you too. And when you're in that place in you and I'm in that place in me, together, we're in the same space. We are one. We're a brighter, bigger version of ourselves and the light of source than we are just single. So yeah, but your voice counts. So remember, look up Sheila Hunter on Facebook. All right. Until next time, everybody, have a wonderful weekend. We'll see you then on Psychic Saturday Night Live. Bye. Thanks for joining me.